three lessons banks should have learned from Basel II risk management and the financial crisis?
I would say the first one is that Basel II has been seen by many banks as a pure compliance issue. So that's how they built then their infrastructures. It wasn't integrated with the business. So this whole infrastructure couldn't help the bank making better decisions, and it couldn't help the banks in the crisis. That's the first point. Second one, Basel II was concentrating a lot on credit risk, but it completely neglected the problem of liquidity risk. And we have seen in the crisis that liquidity wasn't there anymore very quickly, and no bank had a real framework to address the liquidity challenges, and there was no liquidity risk management infrastructure. The infrastructure was just built for compliance reasons. The systems were built in a way that it took the bank a couple of weeks to collect all the data and do all the calculations necessary, and that's way too long to be helpful in a crisis. So the infrastructure in many realities wasn't adequate to make and help in the crisis.
What should banks do differently as they consider their Basel III strategy in comparison to the general Basel II approach taken by banks worldwide?
So I would say that all the banks have, not all, most of the banks have realized that capital and liquidity is something very important. So going forward, they have to better integrate these infrastructures with the business, so it's not going to be a pure compliance issue anymore. So I think banks are going to act differently this time. They have to realize that they just can't take the existing Basel II infrastructure pieces, add some rules to make it Basel III compliance, but actually revisit their whole infrastructure so that this infrastructure can be better used in the next crisis.
Who, in your opinion, should own financial risk within the bank, and why?
Actually, it doesn't matter. What is important that it's clear who owns a certain risk for a certain part of the business, how much capital you need given the level of risk you take, how much this capital costs, and you include in the pricing and the performance measurement this cost of capital.